Welcome everyone to Brevard Beat. So glad you could join us today.
Hello. Great to be here.
We are really excited because we're going to unpack everything you need to know about, well, a really big local event coming up,
That's right.
the Cocoa Beach Air Show 2025. And this isn't just any air show, right? It's a huge part of Cocoa Beach's 100th anniversary celebrations.
Exactly. 100 years, that's quite something.
Yeah.
And it ties this amazing aerial spectacle into the city's history.
It really does.
And today, our job really is to sift through all the information out there. You know how it is. Sometimes there's just too much.
Oh, yeah. Information overload.
Right. So we want to give you the essential insights, the key knowledge, those practical tips. We want you to feel totally informed, totally ready to just, enjoy this incredible show.
From the minute you hear that first roar overhead.
Yeah, right down to figuring out the parking situation, which we'll definitely get into.
You bet we will. So by the end of this, you should feel like you've got the inside track.
That's the plan.
Okay, maybe grab a drink, settle in. Let's get started with the absolute basics. What can you actually expect at the Cocoa Beach Air Show 2025?
All right.
First things first, the core details. When and where. Timing and location are, well, they're everything for planning.
Absolutely critical. Okay, so dates. Mark your calendars for Saturday and Sunday, July 12th and 13th, 2025.
Weekend event, perfect.
Yeah, a full weekend. Gives you flexibility, right? If you're local, pick a day, or hey, go both days.
Why not?
And if you're coming from out of town, it's ideal for a weekend trip. Make a little vacation out of it, see Cocoa Beach.
Good point. Okay, so that's the when. What about the what time, the actual flying?
Right. The main action in the sky, the aerial performances themselves, are scheduled approximately 12:00 p.m. noon to about 3:30 p.m. each day.
So 3.5 hours of rough.
Solid action.
Yeah.
Non-stop displays, maneuvers, but here's a really, really important detail. A key tip, maybe.
Lay it on us.
The gates actually open way earlier. We're talking 6 a.m.
Oh, okay. 3 hours before the flying starts.
Exactly. And that 3-hour window, it's not just a suggestion. It's kind of crucial, especially with how popular this thing is. Getting there early is your absolute best bet for a smooth day.
Right. Avoid the scramble later on.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You nailed it. That early opening isn't just about grabbing a good spot on the sand, though that's part of it. It's tactical.
Tactical, I like that.
It helps you beat the worst of the traffic, and believe me, there will be traffic. You can secure your viewing spot, whether that's just on the public beach or in one of the paid areas we'll talk about.
You've settled in. Chairs out.
Exactly. Get your stuff sorted before the main rush hits. More relaxing, less, hassle.
Okay, and the where? Where is this happening?
The location is Lori Wilson Park in Cocoa Beach.
Yeah.
The specific address is 1500 North Atlantic Avenue.
Lori Wilson Park. Got it.
And the venue is just fantastic because it's right there on the beach.
Yeah, that's the cool part.
It really is. Imagine watching these incredible jets and planes against that backdrop. The Atlantic Ocean, the waves. It just elevates the whole experience. It's not your typical airfield show. Much more scenic.
That image of like an F-22 against the blue ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty stunning.
The sheer scale of the ocean just makes the aircraft seem even more impressive somehow.
Okay, now the question on everyone's mind. What's it going to cost me? How much to see all this?
All right, let's talk admission. And there's some really great news here.
Good news is always welcome.
General admission viewing from the public beach area is completely free.
Free? Wow. Okay. That's huge.
It really is. It makes the event super accessible for everyone, the whole community, visitors too. You can just bring your beach chair, find a spot on the sand, and enjoy the show. No ticket needed for that.
That's fantastic, especially for the 100th anniversary. A real gift to the community.
Absolutely. It's a big draw. But, for folks who want maybe a bit more comfort or a more curated experience.
Like dedicated bathrooms?
Exactly. Or maybe just a guaranteed spot closer to the action. There are several paid viewing options available, different kiers, different amenities.
So you can kind of pick your experience level.
Precisely. Whether you're on a tight budget or looking for, the full VIP treatment, there's probably an option that fits. It's pretty well thought out.
Okay, good to know there are options.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the main event. The stars of the sky. What aircraft are we actually going to see? What's flying?
Ah, yes. The exciting part, the absolute headliner, the one that's going to make everyone stop and stare, is the USAF F-22 Raptor Demo team.
The Raptor. Okay, I've heard about this one. Stealth fighter, right?
That's the one. It's often called an air dominance fighter. And yeah, famous for its stealth, designed to be really hard for radar to pick up. But at an air show, stealth isn't really the goal.
No. No, you want people to see it.
Exactly. The demo is all about showing off its incredible power and agility. It does things other jets just can't.
Like what? What makes it so special?
Well, a big part of it is the thrust vectoring nozzles. The engines can actually direct their thrust up or down.
So it can change direction faster.
Way faster, and in ways that seem to defy physics. Like, it can practically hover on its tail or make incredibly tight turns at slow speeds, stuff that would make other planes just fall out of the sky. It's mind-bending to watch.
Wow, okay. So when they say showcasing, what does that look like?
It means it's going to be roaring overhead. You'll feel it as much as hear it. High-speed passes that literally push the air out of your lungs.
Wow.
And these amazing smoke trail demonstrations just painting patterns across the sky. The source material says, it's the show's centerpiece, don't blink. And honestly, that's good advice.
Don't blink. Got it.
It's so fast, the maneuvers are so quick and sometimes unexpected. You blink, you might miss something truly spectacular. It's a full-on sensory assault in the best way possible.
Okay, you mentioned feeling it, hearing it. Let's talk sound. Jets are allowed. That's underlined here.
Cannot stress this enough, especially the F-22. The noise from those twin engines is immense.
Like how loud?
Think less like sound, more like a physical force hitting your chest on the low passes. It's the sound barrier getting pushed, vibrating through everything.
Okay, that's serious.
Which leads directly to some crucial advice, particularly if you're bringing kids.
Ear protection.
Absolutely essential, especially for young children. It's not just about comfort. It's about protecting their hearing from those intense decibel levels. Seriously, pack earplugs, or even better, those over-ear muffs for kids. You will be glad you did.
Good tip. Non-negotiable, really.
Totally. And to help everyone follow along with what these amazing machines are doing...
There's commentary.
Yep, live commentators. They'll be narrating the performance, explaining the maneuvers, talking about the aircraft capabilities, maybe even giving some background on the pilots.
Oh, that's great. It has a lot of context.
It really does. It turns it from just watching planes into understanding the how and why behind it all. Makes it much more engaging.
Okay, so the F-22 is the headliner. What else is lighting up the sky?
Well, another major highlight, one that shows off some really vital real-world skills, is the 920th Rescue Wing CSAR demo.
CSAR, Combat Search and Rescue.
Exactly. Using the HH-60 Pavehawk helicopters, these are the guys who go in to save lives, often under fire.
So this is a demonstration of that.
Yeah, they'll simulate parts for rescue mission, things like in-flight refueling one helicopter, refueling another midair.
Wow, that takes precision.
Incredible precision. And then they'll simulate the rescue operation itself, maybe involving pararescue jumpers, hoisting people up. It's not just flying, it's complex choreography showing amazing teamwork.
And it really highlights what these teams do for real.
Absolutely. It connects you directly to the significance of these missions, the bravery, the skill involved. It's intense. You're seeing a glimpse of life-saving operations, and it's a powerful reminder of the work these units do.
Incredible. Okay, so F-22, Pavehawks. What else is confirmed? Seems like a diverse lineup.
It really is. They've got quite a list.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Navy's EA-18G Growler.
Growler, what does that do? Looks like a fighter jet.
It shares the F-A-18 body, yeah, but its mission is different. It's an electronic warfare aircraft.
Electronic warfare, like jamming.
Exactly. It jams enemy radar, messes with communications. It basically blinds and deafens the opposition electronically, creating a safe path for other aircraft. It's fighting an invisible battle in the electromagnetic spectrum. Pretty fascinating stuff.
Wow, okay. A silent warrior. What else?
Then you've got the USAF KC-135 Stratotanker. This thing is huge.
It's a tanker, right. Refueling plane.
Yep, the flying gas station. It's the backbone of aerial refueling. Seeing it really drives home the logistics behind air power, how they keep planes in the air longer. The scale of it is just impressive.
Hard to miss, I bet.
Definitely not. And then the C-17 Globemaster 3.
Ah, the big cargo plane.
Strategic airlift, yeah. Carries tanks, troops, massive amounts of cargo. But what's amazing about the C-17 is where it can land. Short runways, rough fields, dirt strips.
Really, a plane that big?
It's incredible. It might even demonstrate some surprisingly agile maneuvers for its size. It's designed to get stuff right where it's needed, no matter the conditions.
So we have stealth, electronic warfare, refueling, heavy lift. Pretty comprehensive.
But wait, there's more.
Oh.
It also mentions historic Navy legacy flight warbirds.
Ah, the vintage planes. Cool.
Yeah, this is great for history buffs. Seeing beautifully restored older aircraft, maybe like a Corsair or something similar, flying alongside the modern jets, it really shows the evolution of flight. a nice contrast.
That sounds amazing. A real sense of history.
It's a powerful visual, and it's not all military either. There are civilian acts, too. John Black Aerobatics is mentioned. Think pure precision flying, loops, rolls, smoke trails, like aerial ballet at high speed. Real artistry.
Okay, aerobatics, always crowd pleasers.
And the Remax parachute team. That brings the action down closer to the ground. Skydivers with smoke, flags, maybe landing right there on the beach. It's a great visual spectacle.
Nice. So a really good mix. Something for everyone.
Absolutely. Military fans, history lovers, people who just like cool flying. It covers a lot of bases. Should be a dynamic show from start to finish.
Okay, I'm sold on the what's.
Yeah.
Now let's talk how. Planning the visit. This is where the preparation comes in, right? Making it smooth.
Exactly. With a big event like this, a little planning makes a huge difference. Let's circle back to those viewing options and break them down a bit more.
Right. We mentioned the free general admission on the public beach.
Yep. Great option, totally free. But you're finding your own spot, dealing with the biggest crowds, potentially further from the center stage, and using the public park facilities. You need to get there early for a good spot.
Okay. Then the first paid tier.
That's the Drop Zone Beach. It's listed at $29.25 per person.
And what does that get you?
It gets you into a reserved area on the sand, closer to the action, so less jostling. Plus, dedicated restrooms, dedicated concessions, stands potentially shorter lines, and importantly, you get the live narration piped into that area.
The commentary. That's a big plus for understanding everything.
It really is. Makes it much more engaging. So Drop Zone is a nice step up in comfort and convenience without a massive price jump. Good value.
Okay, next level up.
The sand boxes. These are $42.25 per person.
Sandboxes. Like literally.
Pretty much. You get your own private 10-foot by 12-foot space on the beach. Good for up to 4 people.
Oh, okay. So families, small groups.
Exactly. If you want your own defined little territory, your own bubble, this is it. Plus, access to premium restrooms, usually cleaner, less crowded, and specific food vendors for that area. More personal space, more comfort.
Nice. And the top tier, the all-out option.
That's the Flightline Club VIP, priced at $179 per person. This is the luxury experience.
What makes it VIP?
Okay, you get a shaded area, huge deal in July in Florida.
Oh, yeah. Shade is gold.
Catered lunches included, an open bar with beer, wine, soda, premium seating right near the action, best views, and crucially, premium parking is included.
The parking. We'll get to that. So this is the hassle-free, everything taken care of option.
Pretty much. Arrive, relax, enjoy. They handle the food, drinks, seating, parking. It's about maximum convenience and comfort.
Makes sense. Different strokes for different folks.
Exactly. They've tiered it well to suit different budgets and preferences. But, super important reminder, no matter which paid option you choose.
Buy tickets only from the official website.
Yes. CocoBeachAirShow.com/tickets. That's the only place to get legitimate tickets. Avoid scams, stick to the official site.
Good advice. Okay, tickets sorted. Now, the elephant in the room for any big Cocoa Beach event. Getting there and getting home. Parking and traffic.
The logistical challenge. This is probably the most critical planning piece. Let's talk parking.
What are the options if you don't have premium parking?
City parking lots are available. Expect to pay around $5 an hour, up to a $15 daily max. You'll likely need the Passport parking app for this.
The app. Pro tip.
Download it before you leave home. Set up your account, put in your payment info. Don't try doing it when you arrive with bad cell service and crowds. Save yourself the headache. Be ready.
Excellent tip. Prepare the tech beforehand. Okay, and we mentioned premium parking.
Right. Included with VIP and sandbox tickets. That's a big perk. Usually gets you closer, less hassle. And if you buy Drop Zone tickets, you can usually purchase a parking pass as an add-on.
Gotcha. And handicap parking.
Available in all the public lots. They've got that covered for accessibility.
Okay, now the really big warning sign flashing in my head. Traffic.
This is the big one. Cannot emphasize this enough. Expect major traffic delays.
Not maybe, but expect.
Definitely expect. It's a huge event. Thousands of people heading to the same place. The roads will be packed.
So the number one tip we mentioned earlier.
Arrive early. Seriously early. Gates open at 9 a.m. Show starts around noon. Use that window. Get there closer to 9, maybe even a bit before. Beat the rush. Get parked. Get settled. Don't be stuck in traffic when the jets start flying.
Right. Avoid that feeling of missing out while stuck in your car.
Exactly. And it's not just getting there. Getting out is also a challenge.
Departure delays.
Oh, yeah. The sources warn it could take 1 to 2 hours just to get out of the main area after the show ends around 3:30 p.m. Everyone leaves at once. Patience is key. Maybe plan to linger a bit. Let the first wave go.
1 to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so driving might be stressful. Other options. Shuttles.
No dedicated shuttles mentioned, so the strong recommendation, ride sharing.
Like Uber or Lyft?
Yep, highly recommended. Avoids the parking surge entirely. Avoids the stress of navigating packed lots. Avoids that long wait to exit in your own car. Get dropped off, enjoy the show, get picked up. Much smoother.
That actually sounds like a really good strategy. Worth considering.
Definitely. If it's feasible for you, it could save a lot of potential frustration.
Okay, logistics navigated. Let's talk comfort on the day. Food and drinks. Need to stay fueled.
Absolutely. Can enjoy the show if you're hangry.
True. So what's available for general folks on the beach?
Plenty of on-beach concessions, vendors selling typical event food, hot dogs, burgers, snacks, plus soda, water, and beer for the adults.
You won't starve or go thirsty.
Nope. But expect lines, especially during peak times like lunchtime or right after a big performance.
Makes sense. And just to remind everyone about the VIP club.
Right. If you're in the Flightline Club, your catered lunch and drinks are included. No lines, no hassle, part of the premium package.
Okay, now bring in your own stuff. Coolers.
This is a really important rule. Small coolers with snacks and non-alcoholic drinks are allowed.
But there's always a but.
Only in the premium ticketed zones. So, drop zone, sandboxes, VIP club, yes, you can bring a small cooler. General admission on the public beach, no coolers allowed.
Okay, that's a critical distinction. Don't bring a cooler if you're just going to the free beach area.
You'll likely have to take it back to your car or leave it. Big hassle. It's usually about crowd control and safety in those really packed public areas.
Got it. What about restrooms?
Porta potties will be available in all the ticketed areas, usually plenty of them. For general admission folks, you'll use the regular public restrooms at Laurie Wilson Park.
Might be a bit of a walk depending on where you set up camp.
Could be. Plan accordingly. Maybe go during a slightly quieter moment in the show if you can.
Good thinking. Okay, let's talk families and first-timers. Sometimes big events feel daunting. Is it good for kids?
Definitely. All ages are welcome, and they even have those age breaks for tickets in the paid zones. Kids 5 and under free in the drop zone, infants 2 and under free in VIP. So yes, very family friendly.
But we talked about the noise.
Back to the noise. Yes. For small children, ear protection is basically mandatory in my book. Strongly, strongly recommended.
Non-negotiable.
It really is. Protect those little ears. Get good quality over-ear muffs. It makes the whole experience way better for them, less overwhelming, no meltdowns, and it's safer. Seriously, just do it.
Okay, message received. What else should people bring? The essentials.
Beach basics. Lightweight chairs or blankets to sit on. High SPF of sunscreen, lots of it. Wide-brimmed hats. Sunglasses.
Florida sun is no joke in July.
Not at all. Handheld umbrellas are allowed, which is nice for some personal shade. Cameras and phones are welcome too, so capture those memories. Just make sure they're charged.
Good call on the charged phone. Now, what should people absolutely leave at home? Prohibited items.
Right. Safety rules. No glass bottles, obvious hazard on a beach. No BBQ grills, fire risk. No pets, except service animals. The noise and crowds aren't good for them anyway.
Makes sense.
And importantly, no personal tents or pop-up canopies. Those big beach tents, leave them home. They block views and can be dangerous in wind. A small handheld umbrella is okay, but not the big structures.
Got it. Handheld good, big tent bad. Okay. Anything else unique about this beach setting?
Yes, something really cool. If you're in the VIP or drop zone areas, you might actually be able to swim during the show.
Watch jets and swim.
Apparently so, in designated water areas. How cool is that? Watching an F-22 fly over while you're floating in the Atlantic, that's a pretty unique air show experience.
That sounds amazing. Pete, Florida.
Totally. And finally, if people have more questions, need the latest info.
The official website is the key.
CocoBeachAirShow.com. That's your main source. And definitely check out their FAQ and parking sections for detailed answers to specific questions we might not have covered. Always good to double check close to the event date, too.
Perfect. Okay, let's kind of wrap this all together. We've covered the what, when, where, how. Why does this particular show matter, especially for Cocoa Beach?
Well, I think what's really special is that blend. You've got this incredibly high-tech, high-energy aerial display.
The jets, the power.
Right. But it's happening against this incredibly chill, iconic backdrop of Cocoa Beach. That contrast between the raw power in the sky and the natural beauty of the ocean and sand, it's pretty unique.
It really frames it differently than an airfield show.
Totally. And tying it into the 100th anniversary, that gives it real weight. It's not just entertainment, it's a community celebration. A milestone.
A way for everyone to come together and mark a century. With sonic booms.
Ah, exactly. It brings people together, locals, visitors, in the shared experience of awe and civic pride.
And all the planning stuff we talked about. The tickets, the parking, the tips. That's all geared towards making sure people can actually enjoy that community moment, right?
Precisely. If you use these insights, plan ahead a little. You can turn what could be a stressful day of logistics into something smooth and genuinely enjoyable. It lets you focus on the amazing stuff happening overhead, not the traffic jam.
Preparation unlocks the enjoyment.
That's a good way to put it.
So when people get there, what do you think might genuinely surprise them the most?
Good question. For some, it might just be the sheer physical impact of the F-22. That sound, that feeling. It's hard to describe until you experience it.
The raw power.
Yeah. For others, maybe it's the detail in something like the CSR demo, seeing the coordination, realizing the incredible skill involved in those helicopter maneuvers. It's like watching a complex ballet.
The human element behind the machines.
Exactly. Or maybe it's just the sheer scale of the crowd on the beach, everyone looking up together. That shared sense of wonder can be pretty powerful, too.
It makes you think about the dedication, the training.
It really does. It's a chance to appreciate not just the technology, but the human ingenuity, the discipline, the courage that makes it all possible, and how these big events can really unify a community, even just for an afternoon.
Well, I have to say, I am genuinely excited for the Cocoa Beach Air Show 2025 now. It sounds like it's going to be absolutely spectacular.
It really does promise to be something special, a great centerpiece for the 100th anniversary.
So a final thought for everyone listening as they get ready.
Maybe just take a moment while you're there to appreciate that mix. The cutting-edge tech, the historical echoes, the human skill, all against that beautiful beach backdrop. And remember how these things bring us together. Oh, and check the website one last time before you go.
Good advice. It's definitely going to be an unforgettable weekend. A huge thank you for joining us today and sharing all these insights. We hope you all feel much more prepared and excited for the show.
My pleasure. Hope everyone has a fantastic time.
And be sure to join us next time for another edition of Brevard Beat. Thanks for listening.